Hi everyone, this is Christine Thompson with Baird & Warner on the CT team. I'm the lead agent here, and I'm back again every week to give you another update on what's happening with the real estate market in Naperville as a subject for you. If you're new to this show, just please do know that the format of the show is going to be the same every week, and I'm just doing week over week comparisons on what's happening in different facets of the real estate market. And then I always have a little surprise slide at the end, real estate related, of course. And if you have a certain market that you're working in or thinking of working in, about buying or selling, I can send you this same kind of information. Happy to do a Zoom call like this. Whatever fits your needs, I'm happy to assist. So let's get started. I'm going to be sharing the screen so you can all see what I have to share here. And we're going to just bust right into it. So here we go. All right, so again, as I said, I'm doing week over week comparison. So this, the first of two slides will always be the slides from the prior show, and then I'm going to break into an update of what happened in this very last week. So a week ago, this is what I reported, that there were 52 new homes on the market, and 57 homes went off the market, meaning they went under contract. And as I always say, but I have to say it every time because I never know if you're new to watching this show, of these new properties that hit the market, some of them may not be uniquely new because the agents use the strategy of canceling a home off the market and then making it new, so that way it gets a fresh set of eyes on the property. So it's probably under 52, most likely, of unique new properties. And so what that's telling us is last week when I reported in, that meant that more homes were going under contract than what's coming on the market. And so the supply, the supply and demand is leaning on the seller side. So let's take a look at this last week, what happened. We had 47 new on the market. Under contract, I apologize, I don't know what the tech issue was, but I couldn't have the number showing here, but we can see it on the graph here that we had 49 going under contract. So we're still having that same kind of balance of a little bit more going under contract than what's coming onto the market. So that's I would say it's pretty much consistent week over week as far as supply and demand is going. Here we want to look at, I'm going to show you, I pulled up some stats for Naperville detached, and I wanted to break it down to, okay, we saw those original numbers, homes coming on the market, homes going off, but what's the average list price for the activity in Naperville for detached homes? And we can see the average active list price is hovering around $631, but homes that closed is hovering around $526. So and then we see under contract $611 or $612. So this may be a little bit aggressive, or there might be just a few properties out there that's really skewing the number. Maybe there's some closer to $2 million properties that's just bumping up this number. So that's why I like to look at the averages for under contract and closed homes. So that's what's happening. This is a new graph that I'm introducing to my show. So I don't have a comparison on this one from the prior week, but I will have that. I'll keep bringing this graph back going forward. So average days on the market of those homes, we saw it's 74 days for active homes. That's where it's hovering right now. But homes that closed was around 78 days. So these homes are coming to the point where they should be falling off the market. And that's where it goes back to that first graph where we're seeing how many are coming off the market. So hopefully that'll continue, and they're going to be going off the market soon. And then, of course, we have new ones coming on. But that's a healthy market. Things are coming off the market at a regular pace and at the average market time. That's great. And we can see the homes going under contract. That's right around what the averages have been for the homes that got contracts and closed. Probably 30 to 60 days out. That's what these homes are when their contracts came on the market. So we're seeing a consistency in market time. We're not seeing a sudden rise in market time. So it's still remaining a solid seller market week over week. This week, we can see that it's 79 days for the average homes on the market. Under contract homes that closed was 107 days. That increased. So from the prior week, it was 77 days. Now it's 107 days. So that's increased for the homes that were able to get contracts. So to me, that means it's taking a little longer for homes to sell off. But when we look at the graph 2 weeks ago, we can see the active homes much higher, and this number is higher than what closed. So that probably explains why we're seeing more time on the market for these homes. Higher priced homes take longer to sell. Even, I don't care what kind of market it is, they typically take a little longer to sell because we have a smaller audience of buyers purchasing in the higher price brackets. So that's probably a way to break down this and explain this x-ray to you. I like to call these slides x-rays, and I'm your doctor and I'm explaining them to you. So moving forward, I just wanted to look at those numbers a little bit differently. Let's look at the sold average list price. It was 536. That was what we said in that previous graph. But their average list price for these sold homes, or I'm sorry, this is the average list price of the sold homes, 536. Their average sale price was 523. So on average, a 13K difference between list price and sale price. That's okay. You know, so to you sellers out there, I know I'm telling you it's a seller's market, but this should demonstrate to you there's still going to be some negotiating going on. Not every home is selling at list price or selling over list price. Probably going to see more of that when we are in the lower price brackets, but in this 500K range and going up, plan on probably some negotiation on your list price. It's going to be less likely for you to be getting multiple offers, but you should not have to sit on the market for, this is, 2.5 months here. I'd like to see even sooner than that. And feel free to call me if you want to have a breakdown on listing histories. And I can show you how when a house gets to its strike point on price, then it's typically 30 days or less that these homes are still selling even in this price range. But you sellers are out there and you're going thinking it's a seller's market. Let's try, we should probably be able to pull this price. And then you're not getting the feedback, you're not getting the action that you wanted, and then you end up dropping the price. And that's why we're seeing this 13K drop. So really, really pay attention to the closed sale prices, because that's going to be your best understanding of what buyers, even today's market, are willing to pay for your type of home. All right. Don't just look at, oh, prices have gone up this percentage. Look at the actual comps. And this is where you really need to be talking to an agent and not just going on to Zillow, because Zillow is not a doctor explaining the x-rays to you. Okay. Agents are working with buyers. They can give you firsthand understanding of what buyers' mentality is, even in today's market, going through the homes, and what their expectations are for different price brackets. Very, very important. So I'm giving you a lot of tips here, you guys. So I hope you're listening. This is just in the last week, and we can see that the sold average list price was around 526 again, and the sale price was 511. So we got still about a $12,000, $13,000 difference, same as the week prior. If you hear barking, that's my little dog, and he sees a dog outside, because we're all working at home, right, you guys? So that's Finley. All right, so back to business. The weekly showing activity, again, this is basically for the weekends, because that's when most buyers are out. And we saw a nice jump in average showings per listing. This is a huge jump, because look at the pattern in these other weeks. Not too much. We had a big drop from the end of September into October, but all of a sudden we're getting a jump here. And I like to call this time frame the Hail Mary, okay? Everyone's out there. They're like, this is the last time I really want to get busy out there before getting sucked into the holidays. So we're probably coming into those last few weeks, the Hail Mary. Get your house on the market, you guys. We got buyers out there wanting to use these interest rates. All right, so let's do it. Now, 2 weeks ago, or a week ago, I said that previous week showed that the market action index was at 38, and it had consistently been at 38 for multiple weeks, many months actually, for all of Naperville. And this week it dipped down to 37. So we are starting to see a little dip and strength for seller market on there. So for all of you that want to get your house sold, I highly recommend start packing, start decluttering. put that in fast mode. I got resources you can call to help you get your house ready so you're not overwhelmed and it can be done. I have sellers that are getting it done so that way they can get out there as quickly as possible and capture this market while it still has strength for them. So interest rates, we can see the conventional 30-year fixed is hovering right around 3, and the FHA is at 3.24. That was what I reported a week ago. So let's take a look at this week. Fixed rate still about the same. FHA dropped down. I'm going to flip this around again so you can compare it. 3.24 for FHA. Now it's 3.19. So rates are kind of hovering there. They're fine. This is keeping the buyers out there looking. So sellers, get out there and put your house on the market. And buyers, stop renting and buying a home for someone else. Get these low rates so you can have a nice fixed monthly cost for your living, housing, and you don't have to worry about rents going up in the next year and every year for you. And you're buying for someone else. So take advantage of the rates if you can. Work on your credit scores as quickly as possible so you can jump in and grab these rates and purchase a home. Here's always my little treat at the end where I put in a different slide every week. And this one is based on different sources. Each bar in the graph represents a different source. And we can see across the board, no one is expecting prices to go down in the next 12 months. There's probably a lot of talk still about people thinking, yeah, I don't know, with all this forbearance on mortgages, let's see what happens when those are removed and people have to start paying their loans. But I have shown in previous shows that, at least I'm going to be talking nationally now, okay, that there's enough equity in the majority of the loans out there that people aren't going to be in a situation that they're going to walk away from their mortgages. Way back in 2008, the prices just plummeted and people owed more on their mortgages than what their house is worth, and that's when they walked. That was a big driving point for people to walk from their mortgages, but they have equity. Everyone, the large majority of owners have enough equity in their home. They're not going to want to walk from their home, all right? And home prices are expected to go up. So there is no logical reason for homeowners to just say, I'm checking out, I'm walking away from my house, I'm going to do a short sale, or just let the bank take it back. There's not a financial logical reason for a homeowner to be doing that. So for you investors out there, we don't know if we're going to have any spike in distressed properties hitting the market and bring prices down. But again, we don't have a crystal ball. We'll see what happens in the next several months on how things go. Obviously we all got elections on our minds, and what's going to happen afterwards, none of us can predict. But based on current knowledge, this is what we're looking at, that across the board, Zillow is very, very hopeful, and CoreLogic is extremely conservative, and then we've got everything else in between. CoreLogic is substantially different than these 6 other sources that all feel that there's going to be some type of home price appreciation within the next 12 months. And we're talking nationally, okay? So all of you, thank you for joining this show. I appreciate you watching. You've got all of my information right here. I've actually got 2 website hyperlinks, Christine Moves Homes, or you can just go to christinethompson.bairdwarner.com, which is on the screen right behind me. I appreciate you watching, coming to my show every week, and I will continue to do this. And if you're just jumping on now, you can watch it on YouTube, and I post that within 24 to 48 hours after putting it on Facebook. So you can always catch it there anytime, 24/7. We try to put captions on there so you can even read what I'm saying, and just look at the graphs. And obviously, like this video if you can, give me a big heart and share it with anyone you know so they can learn about this source, so they can get good information and know who to reach if they need market information for their particular area. Happy to help. And of course, if I always have to throw it out there, if you know anyone that's thinking of buying or selling, have them call me. I'd love to help them out. And they can be sure that they're going to get straightforward information. I don't beat around the bush. And that's why all my clients are very successful in their transactions, and they're very satisfied at the end. just check out my testimonials on Zillow. That's where I have most of them posted. So thanks again for watching. My name is Christine Thompson, again with the CT team at Barrett and Warner. I'm the lead agent at that team. And I got a great crew to support my services to help you and anyone you know. Thanks for watching. You have a fantastic day and enjoy the holidays. They're coming up. Take care. Bye-bye.